But you've got to say, 2026, 4 years from her death, it seems a ridiculous amount of time. We'd get the ball rolling now, couldn't we?
Well, they've got to get the various ideas in from not just people throughout the UK, but from people from around the Commonwealth, because we mustn't forget that the Queen was head of the Commonwealth as well. So sometimes it's worth waiting a bit of time to make sure that you get things correct, especially as it's going to be long term.
We've had all sorts of ideas coming in already this morning from our wonderful viewers. Everything from renaming Heathrow Airport to be Queen Elizabeth Airport to just having lots of local memorials in the form of statues of her at various stages of her life in different cities throughout the country. You must have been thinking about this. What's your idea for what would be a fitting tribute?
I've been thinking a long time about this, and I've already got my proposal ready, but I'm not going to disclose that at the moment. But, I do agree that the memorial should be not just UK wide but Commonwealth wide, and something that could be organised every year as well. Not just a statue, but something that could be organised that could bring people together every year in memory of this wonderful, wonderful person, because she led this country without making any mistakes whatsoever. And as you know, I had the honour of organising various events for her jubilees over nearly 38 years now.
I have a few doubts, Bruno, in terms of what we've seen in the past. I mean, look, when it comes to Diana, and I know it was a different situation, but there was all the hoo-ha. And how long did it take to organise the Diana Memorial, which turned out to be, I mean, frankly, a bit of a wet weekend, didn't it? That doesn't really seem to mean a great deal. I don't have a great deal of faith in these committees. Am I wrong?
Well, I do, especially if it's being chaired by Lord Jamrin, because Robin was, as you know, was her previous private secretary, and he knew the Queen really well. And, you know, Robin's got his finger on the pulse. He knows what's a good idea and what's not. So I've got so much faith in Robin leading this committee to make sure what we do for our previous monarch, who served this country without fault, do it proud. I really do.
You say you think there also ought to be a day in which we remember her. Maybe you'd call it Elizabeth Day or something like that. I just find it interesting. If you do that, you've got to take into account not just those of us who remember her, but the next few generations who won't remember her, but still have to find a way to make it relevant to them. How would you do that?
Well, if I win the bid, you'll know. I'm not going to say anything at the moment. You know, but no, I do agree with you. We're not just looking at the past. We are looking at the future. And from my experience, even young people today had so much respect for Her Majesty the Queen, and also have a lot of respect now for, you know, our future king, our king and the Queen. Because it's good to look in the past, but it's great to look to the future. So there is a way that we can combine the past with the future.
How important is it, do you think? And as you say, the way the committee is being chaired by someone who knew Queen Elizabeth well is important, because it's not just about us, is it? We want something that she would approve of.
Oh, absolutely. And the one thing the Queen was very keen on was charity, doing things for others. And that's, again, a very important way of bringing people together in celebration and commemoration of Queen Elizabeth II.
I love the fact that you're clearly working on it and you're not going to tell us what.
Yeah,
I hope they take you very seriously.
Yeah,
have you already been speaking to the committee, or you're not even going to tell us? Yes, I'll bet you have.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
No, you're not going to even give us a hint. OK.
Oh,
well, look, it's lovely to talk to you.
Sorry.
No, it's fair enough.
You go ahead.
As long as we get invited to the official event, Bruno, when it all happens, good to see you.
Yeah,
Well,
that's fascinating.
Just on another
you would have
note,
been.
I do agree with. Just on another note, I do agree with you about national service.
Oh,
I
good.
spent 3 years in the. I spent 3 years in the Army Cadets, and that taught me how to clean my boots, iron my uniform, and when your your director phoned me yesterday about this interview, I was actually doing the ironing for my wife. So I do agree with national service. Won't do you any harm, boys and girls.